This is not just another message for the chosen. The fact that these words have come to you suggests that something sacred is happening. Your spirit is at peace within itself. Although there is still a lot of noise outside, within you can feel a calm voice saying, "You're ready now." But just because this is how it is now, doesn't imply it has always been. You may have pondered your existence, your worth, and your purpose at some point. There were nights when you thought nobody was around because of how silent it was. That silence, though, was never a sign of denial. Preparation took on a sacred quality. Behind the scenes, heaven was being worked. Every delay and setback was a divine opportunity for a predetermined release, even though your heart was heavy and your hope was running low. The timing couldn't be better than it is right now. The intersection of prophecy and manifestation occurs here. You start to separate from your past self and reveal your authentic self at this stage. You grow more polished via adversity. You are startled awake to reality by your isolation. The sky is now bowing to your unwavering determination because your soul has never given up on anything. This is a miraculous moment for you, and I want to show you why by walking you through 7 deep truths. Let's not go any further until you've liked, shared, and subscribed to this channel. Thus, this message is more than just words on paper. It is an endorsement from on high for the selected. Currently, write 55 in the comment area if you think your soul is feeling this vibration. We did not randomly select this number. Being a holy code, it sends a message to the universe and the highest authority that you are ready to accept what is rightfully yours, that you are aligned, and that you are awake. It will be impossible for some individuals to reach the end. Only the really chosen will be admitted. Staying alive will grant you the ability to gain insight, tap into a higher level of awareness, and decipher the hidden benefits embedded in every word of this message. You won't even bother to give this a listen. Put simply, it is an evolving truth that becomes apparent with time. Every time you listen to it, there's a chance to find a new revelation, a divine key that you could have missed the first time. Therefore, you should watch it as many times as your spirit says to. If you feel the abundance of divine love filling your heart, now is the perfect time to share it. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $100 or more, you can help spread God's blessings far and wide. Your offering will not only touch your own life, but also reach countless souls through this platform. Each of you holds a sacred place in God's magnificent plan, and your generosity will be the answer to many prayers. Take action now. Share your blessings to honor His kingdom. For you were created to accomplish even greater works through His loving hands. May God's grace be with you. Somewhere along the line, you came to the realization that you were completely lost. Looking back, you realized that your life was full of unknowns, blunders, and times when you felt like you had messed up every which way imaginable. You found yourself replaying every conversation and decision you had ever made, trying to figure out where you went wrong. It appeared like your trusted connections had lied to you. The chances you had worked so hard to get eluded you. No matter how hard you looked, you seemed blind to the way forward that would lead to achievement. Assuming you had strayed from your previous course was an easy assumption to make. To my mind, it seemed like you were stuck in an endless cycle of bad choices. This is your moment. Hit subscribe now and step into something greater. Don't miss out. Allow me to bring to your attention, beloved, the truth that you are now acutely aware of. The light was always on for you. You were being guided. in the simplest terms possible. It was all planned. Every setback, every difficulty, and every event that befell you were not random. No, it was a huge success. Naturally, the modification was divine. Even as they banged shut, the doors were blocking your way to paths that would have led you farther from your original mission. The continuation of the alliances that ultimately failed was never the plan. Moreover, their downfall made way for the right people to walk with you in a way that is in harmony with your soul's goal. The missed opportunities were never really yours to begin with. They were made as stepping stones to bring you to something more meaningful, something that was more in harmony with your destiny that was waiting for you. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Everything that seemed like an obstacle was actually just a part of the process, it turned out. It turns out that what I thought were setbacks were really chances for growth. The divine delays were necessary for the celestial preparations of the forthcoming blessings. God did not require you to rush through life. He did not command you to waste time and energy on meaningless pursuits or to obsess over transient emotions. You were compelled to move in accordance with God's will, to walk purposefully, and to trust in the divine timing of everything. He could not proceed unless you slowed down, paid attention to the nudges that were always there, and followed the guidance of your spirit. You may not have been able to see the future clearly when it happened, but now you do. There was a rationale behind every awkward feeling. Every time you were confused or lost, it was as if you were being shaped. A process of refining you was underway. Despite everything that was going on, even during your darkest hours, you were being prepared for something greater. You were unsatisfied just because you survived such challenges. Your character was maturing. Your capacity to comprehend the breadth of your divine authority was expanding as you grew older. That special someone that God has chosen to bestow His blessings onto you. You learned to be resilient. Via the difficulties you faced, you become a more polished person because of the trials you went through. In spite of your setbacks, you were being guided toward your true potential, toward the person you were meant to be. Nobody was confused by you. As you progressed through life, you were becoming more in tune with the divine purpose that was meant for you to accomplish. Your current vantage point gives you a clearer picture of the situation. All the twists and turns, the unexpected turns, and the moments of doubt were part of a bigger plan. You remained perfectly focused on the road ahead. You are being led step by step on your path to becoming the person you are today. Your journey to this point has been marked by hardship, setbacks, and the wisdom gained from those experiences. Everything that is going to happen to you in the near future is poised right now. Change is on the horizon for you. You are all set to leave. You are now prepared to follow your true calling. You are now prepared to take the life that has been knocking on your door the whole time. We did not intend for your difficulties to serve as a type of punishment. All of it was done to prepare you for the abundant, peaceful, and purposeful life that is about to be yours. Nobody was confused by you. No matter where you were on your path, you were being led ahead so that you can fully embrace the gifts that are now within your reach. It is time for you to accept everything that has been provided for you. Despite all the challenges and hardships you faced, you've managed to reach this stage. With that said, you are now ready to declare your heavenly mission. The shedding was really heavy, wasn't it? Sometimes it seemed like you were experiencing an identity crisis. Not only did you not know who you were becoming, but you also didn't know who you were in the past. It was as if you were caught between two realities. In addition to the outmoded old self, there was also a budding new self that was strange to experience. The reason being that your self-construct, which was built upon fears, traumatic experiences, and external validation, was being gradually dismantled. Your drive to please others, your fear of rejection, and your relentless search of approval were all concepts that you were abandoning. The goal was to create room for something more authentic. Therefore, this was done. It had no punitive purpose. This was a departure from the supernatural. You were being broken by something other than the divine. Deconstructing the parts of oneself that were never authentic was a part of it. Your history was shaped by your beliefs, judgments, and experiences, which in turn shaped these components of your personality. However, these features do not fully define your actual nature. Your ambition to leave an impression has faded. You made a shift in your behavior and stopped trying to win over people who didn't see your worth. You realized that constantly trying to get other people's approval was depleting your energy and making you feel weak on the inside. You have finally decided that you will not stand for rudeness or disrespect anymore. Because you deeply valued yourself, you began setting limits rather than becoming furious. When you were ready, you moved on from toxic relationships, toxic environments, and even toxic family dynamics. It wasn't that you didn't care about them, it was just that you needed to push yourself outside your comfort zone. After some time had passed, you realized that these outmoded habits were holding you back from reaching your ideal self. No one's pride was at stake. That was because of evolution. Something truly extraordinary is happening right now for you. Some supernatural force was getting you ready for a bigger event. A new dimension of being that you missed out on because you were so stuck in the old one. Right then and there, a better version of yourself was being shaped into you. One that could stand tall and proud, was built on sound wisdom, and was in harmony with a greater purpose. You made more space for the life that was truly meant for you to live, the more you were able to release the past. You felt a weight lifting off your shoulders as you kept letting go, and soon you could hardly feel it. You had to let go of anything that wasn't truly aligned with your spirit, as you realized that in order to truly step into your destiny, you had to let go of everything. As you break free from destructive habits of thought, feeling, and action, you will find that you are more in harmony with the divine reality of your true identity. At that moment, you started to feel the tug of your higher self, leading you to the life you'd always imagined for yourself. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God fill your hearts today. I come to remind you of a profound truth. Our lives are firmly established in God's divine purpose, untouched by the fleeting worries of this world. As Scripture tells us, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. Luke 6:38. Like the mighty oak whose roots are planted deep in rich soil, our foundation is anchored in God's eternal truth. Every move we make, every stand we take, is upheld by His enduring strength. Today, you have the opportunity to participate in this divine blessing. By clicking the Super Thank You button and offering a gift of $50, you will sow into a harvest that will return to you many times over in God's abundant grace. Problems that you thought were obstacles are really just stepping stones, leading you to a higher level of being, even though you didn't realize it at first. As you continue to shed layers, you inch closer to discovering your authentic identity. You are perfect in every way, because you are the one meant to thrive. This is the you that is currently changing and developing. What comes out of her or him is strength, wisdom, tranquility, and the truth. You don't need other people's approval anymore because you know your own worth. No longer will you have to sacrifice your energy to fit in with people or places that are depleting. You fearlessly assert your place in the universe, and the celestial potential within you is constant. You should not let your light shine now. Right now, you're climbing. You did more than just get better. You leveled up. There was more to it than just leveling up. You actually changed. The old you had to go so the new, authentic, and spiritually awakened you could come out fully formed. Consequently, embrace the chosen metamorphosis. It was necessary to do so, but the process has been difficult. Your journey to this point included every tear, every difficulty, and every moment of doubt that you ever felt. Right now is the time for you to tap into your immense power. You have broken free from the chains of the past and are fully committed to your purpose. Getting up is the right thing to do for you. The world is waiting patiently for you to show everyone who you really are. Radiate brilliance and exude confidence. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. We can discuss the pain now. Such writing has the power to move people to tears. What remains of your broken heart, ripped from your soul. The betrayals were the ones who betrayed your trust. Those who have ever looked you in the eyes, professed their love, and then abandoned you just when you needed them most, are truly deserving of special recognition. It appeared like you were stepping on eggshells. It appeared as though your efforts, love, and compassion were never reciprocated, and you couldn't understand why you were abandoned. You longed for answers to the painful questions that plagued your heart and fervently prayed for clarity. But this is how things really are. There was a time when you couldn't see. Exclusion from a group was not a cosmic sentence. It was a form of divine protection. The fact that you were turned down does not indicate how valuable you are. God used these things to point you in the right direction. It is not indicative of a lack of capability to meet expectations that prior relationships and situations did not succeed. You were protected from harm by the universe through these events. The higher power saw that keeping these bonds would drain you, dim your light, and prevent you from fulfilling your higher destiny. Subsequently, you were isolated from environments that did not support your objective. You were being shielded from those connections that were holding you back. In His infinite wisdom, God was making room for you to grow, recover, and ultimately realize your full potential. Even though it looked like everything was falling apart, the universe was actually conspiring to help you advance. It was all in the name of getting you ready for the next leg of your adventure. The fact that other people couldn't love you doesn't mean you aren't valuable, even if you didn't realize it then. It made them realize how limited they were. To put it plainly, not everyone can understand or appreciate who you are or what you stand for. It makes no difference that they were awful human beings. Their travels did not line up with yours, and that is why. They were never supposed to figure into the story you're telling. That you were important was always clear. You should leave places that bring you down because it's sacrilegious of you to do so. Everything that did not belong to you but was necessary was erased by the universe so that you can enter a space where you are loved, respected, and recognized for exactly who you are. Right now, you're aligning with people who understand your soul's purpose and are willing to stand by your side as you accomplish your mission. People who will not try to outdo you, but will instead accompany you as you fulfill your divine purpose. These relationships will not bring you down, but rather propel you forward in your personal and professional development. They will challenge you in the best possible way, motivate you to grow, and elevate your adventure to new heights. It was an act of self-defense, not an attack on anyone's person. You are now ready to receive the advantages that were always meant for you. You are about to enter a time of perfect harmony, when all your efforts will be rewarded with success because they are serving your greater good. No matter how painful the rejection was, it was just a stepping stone on the road to purpose and fulfillment that you are now experiencing. You did not belong there, not when I was a kid, and not even as a teenager, including those in this age bracket. Always, there was something about you that made you stand out from the crowd, someone or something that people were unable to place. It seemed as though you were dancing to a separate rhythm, one that only a select few people were able to hear, while others appeared to be moving in sync with the crowd. You went into greater detail. Your words acquired a greater significance. If you were conversing, you weren't just trying to fill the void. When you were expressing your thoughts, they were profound and significant. Your chats frequently prompted other people to contemplate topics that they had never before questioned to the same extent. You experienced a greater feeling. You had a huge emotional landscape that was powerful and bustling with life. Even if many others were able to float through life, you experienced things in a more profound way. Before anyone else, you were the first to feel the spirit of a room. It was not a simple task. Although it could be overpowering at times, it ultimately made you more proficient than others of absorbing the world in ways that others were unable to. When others failed to notice, you did. When others were concentrating on the obvious, you were able to perceive the hidden truths. Even though they were focused with the surface, you were able to perceive the underlying currents, the subtle movements, and the reality that was buried beyond the veil. Your heightened awareness was both a blessing and a struggle at times. You spent a substantial lot of time striving to minimize yourself, to tone things down, and to blend in. You endeavored to calm your thoughts, minimize the noise of your presence, and behave in the same manner as everyone else. In spite of your greatest attempts, however, it never appeared to be just perfect. Each time you attempted to fade into the background or shrink back, a bit of your spirit diminished, leaving you isolated from the world around you. On the other side, every time you turned down the brightness of your light, a little piece of one of you died. The essence of you was never supposed to be contained or domesticated in any way. It wasn't only uncomfortable when you tried to play small, it was also painful. It was not natural at all. The more you struggled against your own self, the more you felt as though you were becoming further and further away from the person you were destined to be. The reason for this is that you were not supposed to be a fit. It was always meant for you to be ruler. You were never meant to blend in with the masses or be one with the scenery. There was always an intention for your path to be unique. Your existence is not meant to be lived in a manner similar to another person's or to mimic their actions. It was always meant for you to go your own way and be an example to others. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a donation of $100 or more, you can actively participate in His divine mission and contribute to His greater plan. Every offering you make reflects the boundless generosity of God, and I trust it will return to you abundantly, far exceeding your hopes. Always remember, His protection and blessing accompany your every step and every act of giving. You are a vital part of His sacred design. You are strong and radiant, steadfast like His mighty rock. Experience God's miracles. Feel the rewards of your generosity deep within your soul, and shine your light with boldness and faith. May you be richly blessed, and may the light of the Lord continually guide your journey. You have the wisdom of the centuries within you. Your soul has lived countless lives and has, in that time, amassed knowledge and truths that are timeless. What you know is something that other people are just now starting to grasp. Furthermore, it is this intelligence that grants you the ability to perceive the bigger picture and not just the details. The power to heal is in your words. Your spoken words have the power to heal those who hear them. Hearing your voice brings a sense of relief and clarity. Speaking is only one part of communication. Your words have a profound effect on those around you, changing their lives for the better. Your words have a soothing effect on those who hear them. Your magnetic presence effortlessly transports others. Attention is immediately drawn to you just by being here. People pick up on your vibe the second you step foot in a room, long before you utter a word. Being conceited is unrelated. This happens when a person's energy is in tune with their true purpose and has an undeniable magnetic pull on others around them. People notice you because you're different. You won't ever be. Plus, it's not a flaw. You have the ability to do anything. Your unique personality should not be hidden or downplayed. It bears the imprint of your heavenly fingerprint, the impact you have on the world around you. Embrace it, for it is just this diversity that will propel you forward in the direction of your dreams and the fulfillment of your destiny. That unique quality is like a divine fingerprint on your person. Nobody else can be the torchbearer for your light but you. Nobody else can accompany you on this journey. The whole world needs what you're selling. The time to emerge from hiding has arrived. The things that set you apart from one another are not obstacles. You will reach your full potential with their help. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The aspirations you clung to with all your might, those that lingered with you the most, were strong and clear and begged you to listen. Those feelings, thoughts and symbols that seem to hold deeper meaning, engrossing you in the enigma they stand for. The repeated string of integers. They always showed up at the right moments, whether it was the 2222 sequence, the 555 sequence, or any other sequence. Something more monumental was happening, as if it were a cosmic reminder, a compelling need to do something, stay put, speak up, or keep quiet, even though doing so would be irrational, according to logic. This is the emotion you felt. When your mind fails to understand something, it's because your heart is aware of it. An inexplicable emotion, such a need to shift directions, abandon causes that are no longer serving you, or stick around when it seems like everyone else is moving on. The divine instruction bestowed upon you was met with an enthusiastic response from your spirit. The supernatural has been interacting with you throughout your entire life, but you have only been able to decipher subtle, indirect messages. The universe tries to get our attention through synchronicities, signals, and symbols. There is more to it than meets the eye. This is the pinnacle of excellence. The universe has been trying to get your attention by sending you waves of revelation packaged in events that seem too exact to be coincidental. Its volume has just surpassed all previous levels. Your view of the ethereal world has been heightened. The messages are now very clear. You can no longer ignore them. They are now glaringly visible. The signs are now appearing to you in rapid succession, drawing you nearer to the divine destiny that was always intended for you to achieve. That is absolutely not arbitrary. That is resonance, I believe. A state of alignment is achieved when one is in harmony with their higher self. Things are falling into place for you as you begin to conform to the blueprint the cosmos has laid out. Everything that happens serves to further confirm that you are exactly where you ought to be. You are currently vibrating at the level of your desired future.